or if I said already, basically when you spawn into uh, either elemental KGs or a so it's basically elemental KGs plus explosion, and the explosion is the broken one. All of its attacks, if you're blocking them, um, any attack that you throw that explosion hits and you're blocking will break your guard, and that's deadly. I'm pretty sure most of you that are watching this right now are not. But basically, get your guard break in the team fight, you're definitely gonna get ganged up on your health is gonna be absolutely don't mind him as right now. So just grinding. So yeah, guard breaks they're strong in this game mode. Yeah, I was pretty lucky to get it. People they don't spawn AG, so the only way to get one is by joining time. So for obelisk or stone, we have shadow, uh, two others, and that should be it, and maybe the new one, but it hasn't been confirmed. Oh, you also know level up. I don't get XP. That's basically five. It's like in CC the thing, right? Like you gotta grind. Don't you're gonna be under leveled. You don't want that. Like I just joined 3 days ago and no 2 days ago when I was and my 5 classes. Right now I've done level 200, but I'm attending my class. I've got a class at 8. So yeah, okay. So in about 30 got a class. Probably film it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to upload it. Or I'll ask the instructor if I can. Another thing that you lag away. Uh, Most of the items are off limit. Basically, we reach our rank, items are off. Stay like that. So you can see 75 XP. I got about one. That one makes really not much. Basically, time missions are not the fastest way to level up, but they're the only thing I can do right now. Other than so, unless I find they're doing CPAS and I find a squad that isn't full and that's going to let me in, I basically just have to do side mission. If you guys want to, I can probably make how to get. Oh yeah, we also have Senko Obelisk. Also, missions are timers to focus on having some practice. Timer is usually 5 minutes for missions, but yeah, but it never. Also, if you ever get into happens that you choose first element at the start when you freshly join. You should never pick. Well, from what I've been told, water is in the. I don't know. I just chose it because I like it, but you should probably choose something like lightning or wind. Or those are usually the strongest ones. Have the strongest late move. But yeah. Also, the only way to know if you spawn in with a KG is to play like basically first time you join, you open up your menu, got a new KG, get it, yeah, well, and also you're hoping for explosion because as I said earlier, strongest one breaks. But the other ones are ice, mud, um, I can't remember, crystal, uh, I think maybe nature, and another one. There's five in total. But ice is pretty decent. As one of its attacks is a it puts like a big lake on the ground and it freezes anyone. So that's pretty good support AG. They'll do. Oh, it's good. That's a bug that happens sometimes. Is that when you deliver envelope, the objective you need out of the can't really. Function. Oh, I've got to wait for fish to expire now. Well, in the meantime, I can, I can explain how unlocking tickets works. Basically, you'll see that any item you'll see, it says a rank, then Shindo, that's basically Genin, and under that it says what village. So to use shurikens, I would need to be a Genin and be a part of any village. Now, for throwables, usually that's how it works. All villages can. Some items are creator only, basically Rel and his brothers. Um, but things like weapons, you'll see Anarchist Self, Chaotic. Chaotic, I'm pretty sure is the equivalent of Akatsuki. Anarchist Self, that's probably a rank in it. Dune's Ambassador, that's a pretty high rank. Sovereign, I think that's the highest rank you can get per organization because the way CC is done is that basically I'm part of the Blood organization. You can't see it, but basically in villages, example Obelisk or Ember, you join an org, and in that org they accept members, and basically usually two ways to get into CC is um either one you apply for CC, get your app chosen, and then go to trials, or two sometimes what they'll do is that they'll host just random trials uh, for CC, and you should join them. One thing I recommend is that you read the rules really carefully, and the way it works is that trials will be no KGs, first three moves of an element, mm, the first two subject moves, so this one and this one. Uh, for weapons, you can only choose kunai or katana, but I recommend you choose fist since it just has a faster attack time. Throwables, I think you can only choose the guy throw. Elements, first three move of two. Uh, no Genkais, no Z spec, and no Z specs. So basically, no transformations. That's basically the Genin rule. And yeah, it's pretty honest work. Pretty much. Uh, one thing you should also learn before trying up for CC is that you should probably learn on using your dodge more efficiently and conserving stamina since you're going to be using a lot of it in combat. One thing with stamina is that one thing in combat is that you'll see right now I barely have any moves. One Shadow Clone with my first elemental move. that's usually how everybody starts off. But the more you grind, the more moves you get, just like in RPG. But one thing I recommend is that you practice perfect blocks because those are going to be really helpful in combat. Because if you want to summarize it, basically, if you have two people that same Genkai, same skill level, it's the one that's going to be able to perfect block more that's going to win the battle. And that's usually the case since perfect blocking takes quite a lot of chi, yeah, but gives you an advantage. You have them stunned, and you can just combo into stuff with that. Of course, there's much more to combat to that, but basically, if you can perfect block most of the hit, you have a high chance of getting to CC. Um, Other than that, if they clearly see like you know what you're doing, you'll probably get into CC. Usually, what they'll do is that they'll get you into arena, have you guys in one line, and then tell you join the server, and they host trials. Usually, when they're hosting trials, they'll tell you join the VC and the rules. So I already told you the rules. What else? Honestly, what you're trying to go is that usually you'll never defeat the trainers for trials, and on the off chance that you do, well, you're basically guaranteed to spawn CC. But usually, what they'll do is that if you do enough damage and they can clearly see, uh, they understand what you're doing. You can pretty much be secure the spot. Another thing I recommend is that block a lot, since basically perfect blocking is just you spam block when you expect them to attack, and that's gonna help. Um, Use your dash a lot as well. That's gonna help a lot. Uh, Try not use too much chi. That's gonna help. But you really shouldn't be using too much chi. Also, one simple combo I would suggest using would be called use a dash, throw a weapon, then do a full stun combo, then block, dodge out, just try and evade them. But it also depends on who you're fighting against. But I'd say just learn a few simple combos with the two first moves that you get, and you really just want to try and deal as much damage while blocking. Of course, you'll the chances of beating them, the trainer, will be pretty low, but there's a chance that you beat them, but it would be really surprising if you did, since usually they're high ranked people that are pretty experienced that are going to be training you, well, testing you. And yeah, really, just as long as you know when to perfect block, when to use your moves, and just when to know when to go on the offensive, you should get into. Now you should probably choose an a village other than Ember, since that one's probably filled. But they most likely have spots in there since the organizations were told to increase the cap of people inside of orgs. So that should be helpful for you guys. Other than that, if you do get into CC, just attend your classes, grind, and basically what your classes are is that one person's going to be teaching you a bit about basics, you combat, perfect block, just some really basic training. Shouldn't be too hard. If you pass all five of your classes, you go on to Genin exams. Those are, from what I've been told, they're pretty easy. They host those on the weekend, and class schedules depends on. I don't know if it's the same for all orgs or not, but yeah, class schedules. For example, on Mondays for Blood, we have class 1 and 3, I think it was. Yeah, 1 and 3, and once you've attended all five of your classes and you've reached level 200, you can attend your Genin exams, and you should be able to pass. One thing I recommend is that when you're getting tried out, just really respect the rules. I mean, don't try using any Genkais or try using. If it's not in the rules, don't use it because usually trainers, what they can do is that they can blacklist you since you're doing something pretty stupid and obvious. And I've seen it happen when I was trying out. Um, Two guys got blacklisted, I think, before I left, and yeah. Uh, Also, um, For the trainers, they'll most likely flawless you, basically meaning that you won't be able to hit them and they'll just kill you without taking damage. But like I said, if you block and it looks like you know what you're doing, you should honestly just pass easily. Yeah. Also, CC is like a really just grindy mode. You, I don't know if you like RPGs and the grind, then this should be for you. But I say if you're someone that plays like once a week, you definitely shouldn't come into CC. It's really something that takes a lot of dedication and takes a lot of time as well. Hey, so so yeah. Also, if you happen to get bullet explosion, what I would say is that max out your ninjutsu since you want to be doing damage as possible. When you spawn in, you'll have 8,000 points. Depending on, like I said, explosion. If you get it, max, put it all into ninjutsu. If you get, I don't know about other genkais, but uh, health you should only put 300 since you start with quite a lot. Also, never use your stat reset since you only get one. I was stupid and did it, so you don't get another one. So stat reset really only use it if you absolutely need it. Also, another thing is that let's say I put 100 in health, I'll only get a health increase of 200, and you get half as many skill points than RPG. That's another thing. Also, another thing is that you shouldn't just go raiding hubs. For example, if I'm an obelisk, I don't go raiding lead for no reason. So basically, that's it. If you got questions, you should probably ask trainer. Yeah, just always keep a lookout on trials. When you join an org Discord, just join. Make sure you follow all the groups. So in the off chance that you do get accepted, basically the process to get you into C can be a little faster. Yeah. So I hope you guys have been up until now. Also, just so you know, you probably won't get a Genkai that is character specific. Those are usually taken up already. For example, you won't be getting a Hachi Sharingan or Sharingan because those are character specific and only one person can have them. I say that's about it. So, if any of you RPG, I wouldn't mind. I don't know. Also, no matter how good you think you are, there's always gonna be somebody better than you. They're better than you in CC. I mean, you can of course destroy people that are higher ranked and higher level than you, but never think that you're the best. Also, if you ever hear someone talking about grips, it means their execution. You can see it in the right on the right hand side on the leaderboard. I have two grips, which is basically just two executions. Um, yeah. Also, apparently there's trading. I'm pretty sure that's for Genkai. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I just know it exists. Yeah, one other thing is that for classes, usually on weekends, I'm not sure for other groups, but usually what happens on weekends is that there's recuperation classes where if you missed any classes, they host all of them on the same day in case you missed. So that's another thing. Yeah, that should be about it, I guess. Much more to start in. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay safe, like and I really can't force you to go. You guys enjoy. Have a good day. Like, sub, that. Peace. If you guys have any questions, just comment on my videos. I'll probably answer you. So yeah,